Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris. This short yoga reset class will help you recalibrate your mind and body, taking care of your physical and emotional well-being. Using the breath and movement to connect the fascial system will bring all aspects of this yoga practice together for your benefit. So grab your mat and let's get started. We're going to begin on our backs today. Just let your legs fall open. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. Maybe turn your palms up on the mat and let your shoulder blades melt into the mat. Tuning in to your breath as you inhale and exhale through your nose. Just do a scan of the body, starting at the feet. Working your way up through the legs, over the hips, through the torso, chest and shoulders, down the arms, all the way to the fingertips, and then up through the neck, over the back of the head. Feel the muscles of the face relaxing. Continue breathing, thinking about your practice today. Resetting, recharging the body, getting it moving. Then take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and then out through your mouth. Go ahead and start to bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the floor, pushing your low back down. And then go ahead and hug both knees into your chest, holding on to either your fingertips, wrist, forearms, or elbows, and then rock side to side. And then go ahead and find your center. And we're going to continue holding on to the right leg as we let the left foot go to the front of your mat. And just rock side to side with that right knee. Just a little loosening things up. Go ahead and find your center, give it one more squeeze, and then go ahead and release that leg. Pull the left knee in, squeeze it up into that chest. Extend your right leg to the front of your mat, and then rock it side to side, pulling the knee to the middle of the chest and out to the side. And then give it a squeeze. And go ahead and place your left foot flat on the floor, knee bent, and then bend your right knee. So both feet are flat. Maybe walk your fingertips towards your heels. Place your palms down on the mat. And then slowly press into the feet, lifting those hips, lengthening through the spine. Take a deep breath in, and then lower those hips all the way back to the floor. Now you're going to take your arms to cactus arms. So take the back of your hands, you're going to bend the elbows, back of the hands to the floor, thumbs facing your ears. And then you're going to take another bridge, lifting those hips, lengthening. And then exhale all the way down. And then go ahead and keep your hands where they are, and take both knees and let them drop to your right. So get a nice little twist, keeping both shoulders down. Take 2 breaths here. You can look to the left if you want a little more stretch. And then after your second breath, go ahead and bring the knees all the way back to center. Realign your spine. Let the knees drop to your left and turn your head to the right. 2 breaths again. And then you'll bring those knees back to center. Let's give them a hug, squeeze them in nice and tight, a little rock side to side. Now you have the option of rolling to your side, or you can roll straight up, and then we're going to straighten out our legs nice and tall. Find your staff pose, placing the palms next to the body, lengthening through the spine. Let's flex the feet. Feel the quadricep muscles pushing into the thighs, into the bone. And then release that leg, those legs. Shake them out. All right, so now you're going to take your right leg and you're going to give it a squeeze into the chest. Sit up tall. Release any tension in that hip. And then go ahead and let your right knee fall to the outside, bottom of your foot pressed against the thigh. Lengthen and lift. Let's reach those arms overhead. And then exhale, fold, reaching for those left toes. And just breathe here, still lengthening through the spine. Try not to collapse through it. So think of pushing your belly, your hips forward as the crown of your head reaches diagonally up. Then if you can't reach your toes, that's all right. You can have your hands on the thighs or the floor. And continue breathing. One more full breath in and out. And then we'll reach those arms all the way up. Bend the elbows, take the elbows to cactus arms and just open up. Feel the length of your spine, feel the strength of your back. And then slowly let your arms relax all the way down. You're going to pull your right knee up and you're going to place the foot across the outside of your left thigh. Take your left arm, wrap it around your right knee and give it a squeeze. Let's take that right arm all the way up to the sky, reach it behind you, pressing into the floor like a kickstand as we lift and twist. And then we're also flexing our left foot. Look over your right shoulder and find your breath. 3 breaths here. Feel that nice stretch in the glute, that hip. Now from here, we're going to slowly release, coming back to center. You're going to let that right knee fall open, so it's crossed over the thigh, and then you're just going to use your hands to lift that leg off of the thigh and just give it a little rock, side to side. Loosening up the hip. Now on here, you have a choice. Maybe you just pull that shin closer to your chest. You can also cradle the baby, maybe pressing your foot into the elbow, and then your opposite elbow around the knee, interlacing the fingers, and then rock it side to side. If your arms don't go that way, you always can just have them underneath the shin, like this, with the palms up and facing the body. And then sit as tall as you can, hugging that shin in towards the chest. Feel the crown of your head lengthening and reaching to the sky. You're breathing. Left foot is flexed. One more breath. And then we're slowly going to let that right leg go all the way out. Give those legs a shake. You might feel a sensation running through the leg. Feel that hydration of the fascia tissue. And then we're going to pull that left knee into the chest. Just give it a squeeze first for a moment. Get it nice and tight. And then we're going to let it fall open to the side, opening it up. If this hip is tight, again, you can always put a block under that thigh if needed. Flexing that right foot. Reach those arms overhead. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for that right foot or ankle. You can have your hands on the floor, but let's lengthen through the spine as you lean forward, rotating through those hips. And find your breath in and out through the nose. Keep on breathing. Feel the body melt a little deeper into it. One more breath. And then go ahead and slowly reach those arms all the way up to the sky. Turn your palms to face your foot and then bend the elbows. Find your cactus arms. Engaging the muscles of the back. Take another breath. And then on your exhale, let your arms float down as we pull that left knee into the chest and pull it across the right thigh. This time we'll take the right arm, wrap it around that left knee nice and tight, flexing your right leg. Reach your left arm up, and then all the way behind you, pressing it into the floor like a kickstand. Lift and twist. Feel your belly pressing into the thigh. Look over your left shoulder. finding your breath. One more breath. Feel that nice stretch of the glute and the hip, and then we release, and the leg falls open again. This time sliding the hands underneath that calf, lifting the leg up, and just give it a sway, a swing side to side. And maybe you stay here and just lift it towards your chest. Maybe you place your foot in the elbow and the knee in the opposite, interlacing those fingers and drawing that leg side to side. Cradle the baby. And you can also sit tall, just gently pulling that shin towards your chest. And breathe. Great way to loosen up that hip, release tension, make sure you can wiggle your toes. Excellent. We're going to release that leg, extend it all the way out to the side, or to the front, excuse me. And then we're going to bend both knees, and we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together for butterfly. Holding onto the ankles, lengthen through the spine, shoulders relaxed. Start to draw big circles with your upper body. That whole body, circling it around. You might notice one side a little tighter than the other. One more circle, and then we're going to sit up tall, take an inhale, and you're going to go the opposite direction. Sometimes it feels a little awkward, but our bodies will adapt. Circling it around. One more time. And then we sit up tall, lengthen and lift, and then pull the elbows towards the rib cage as you hinge forward. Option to place the elbows out wide on your thighs as you lean forward. Again, still lengthening. Try not to round too much the back. Protecting that low back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale a little lower. And then inhale, lift. Hug those knees, give them a squeeze, lengthen through the spine. We're going to transition here to tabletop. So you can bring your legs to the side or underneath, coming onto hands and knees. Feel free to place any blanket or towel or something or pillow under your knees. Spread out your fingertips so your index finger faces the front of the mat and thumbs towards each other, tops of the feet on the mat. And then round to the back. Nice exhale. Inhale, lift and arch the back cow. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Last round, here we go. And inhale, lift. And then find your neutral spine. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Now we're going to extend the right arm to the front of the mat, thumb is up, and the left leg to the mat, back of the mat, foot is flexed, leg is off the floor. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly bring the hand and knee to the floor, and then extend the left arm, right leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, breathing in. And then exhale, back to the floor. So we're going to do this again, right arm, left leg, but breathe in as you extend. Breathe in super slow, long and deep. Now hold your breath on the extension. And then exhale, hands and knees back to the floor. Try that on the other side. Inhale, extending. Hold the breath. Exhale, bring it back to the floor. One more time each side. See how long and deep you can make that breath. Inhaling. Holding. Exhaling. Other side, inhaling. Holding the breath. Exhaling. And then find your center, tuck your toes. Walk your hands in front of your shoulders. Transitioning to downward facing dog. Start to hinge your hips back. Start to lift the hips all the way to the sky. And then let's walk the dog. Pedal out the feet. Moving those hips side to side. Melting into your down dog, sending your hips up and back. Rocking, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Now you're going to take your right leg all the way up, bend the knee, 2 circles one direction, 2 circles the other direction, and then bring that right foot between the hands, pivot onto the back left, find your warrior 1. Drawing your body all the way up, bending into that front right knee. 3 breaths here. Option to bring your palms together, biceps to the ears, or you can keep them wide. 1 more breath. Pushing into the outside back edge of your left foot. And then after that breath, slowly come down. Take your time here. Plant your hands, peel your back heel off the floor. You're in a lunge. Step back with the right foot. Think about each movement. Now you're going to exhale, rock forward on the toes. Feel free to be on the knees for chaturanga. Slowly lowering down, belly to the floor. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift just the upper body. See if you can bring your hands off the floor. Exhale, palms back down. Tuck your toes. Press yourself slowly back up. Downward facing dog. Slow and purposeful movements, checking in with the body, getting everything reset. We're going to take that left leg up, bend the knee, 2 circles with the knee, 1 direction, and then 2 the opposite direction. And then bring that left foot between the hands, coming up to warrior 1. So your palms can be apart. Draw those shoulders back and down. Option to bring the hands together. Pushing into that back outer edge of your right foot. Sending that left knee forward. 3 breaths here. Last breath. And then you slowly let your arms drift to the floor. Peel your back heel off, planting the hands firmly. Step back to plank. Chaturanga again, on the knees if needed, elbows into the rib cage. This time you have the option of going to up dog or a baby cobra. Pressing up a little higher, and then exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. 1 more breath. Taking that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack those hips. Think about opening things up. Keep the shoulders parallel with the earth. And then you're going to bring your right foot between your hands. Pivot that left leg open, windmill to warrior 2, windmilling it all the way up. Bend into that front right knee, extend the arms front and back. And you're looking over those right fingertips. Make sure you can see your big toe on that right foot. Take another deep breath in. Make sure weight's balanced between the front and back leg. Straighten out that front leg, turn your right thumb up. Start to reach forward, hinging those hips to the back. Working your way to triangle Takanasana, placing the back of your hand either inside the thigh, the shin, opening it up. If you find that you're dropping, maybe put your hand on the hip. Find your breath. Feel everything start to align. The body get used to the posture, and right when it gets used to, reverse your triangle, reaching it up, windmilling the arms. Left hand on the thigh, right arm up to the sky. You can look up at the hand or to the side. We're going to bend the front knee, windmill. Both hands all the way to the floor. In a low lunge, step back to plank. Again, knees or on the toes, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Controlled, purposeful, resetting, recharging the body. Getting things Nothing's moving. On your next breath, let's take that left leg up to the sky. Let's bend the knee and stack the hips. So pull that left foot over to the right side, keeping the shoulders parallel with the earth. And then you're going to bring that left foot between the hands, windmill up to warrior two. Extending the arms to the front and back of the mat, bending into that left knee, opening up. So your hips and your shoulders are to the side of the mat. You're looking over your left fingertips. And you're breathing. Make sure your knee is over your ankle and you can see your big toe on the left foot. One more breath. Turn your left thumb up. Straighten out that front left leg. Start to hinge forward, finding your triangle. Again, you don't have to go very low. If you start to collapse through the upper body, just stay up high. You can also use a block. You can have your hand on the ankle if you'd like. And one side might be easier than the other. Listen to your body. Notice what's going on. Where is it talking to you? And then on your next breath, windmill it. Hand on the thigh, reverse your triangle, reaching it up. Notice the hips. Notice how they shift a bit. Looking up at the hands. Bending that front left knee, windmilling the hands all the way to the floor. You're going to step all the way back to plank. Rock forward on those toes or the knees, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice deep breath in here. Exhale through the mouth. Rock up onto the toes, back into the heels. Then you're going to start to bend the knees and lower the knees nice and wide. Untuck the toes, bring the big toes together. Find your child's pose. Melting your belly between your thighs. Walk your hands together. Find your breath. Go ahead and lift all the way back up out of your child's pose. Bring the knees in alignment, tuck your toes. Shift right back to your downward facing dog. Bring your right leg straight up, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, bring your right foot between your hands, but this time lower your left knee to the floor. So you're in a very low lunge. Feel free to put a blanket or pillow or towel under your knee. Untuck your left foot and walk your hands up onto the thigh. Low lunge. So feel that nice stretch through the hip flexor. Option to reach your arm, left arm to the sky or right or both. Bringing the palms together. Turn your palms to face the front of the mat. Bend the elbows, open those arms. Cactus arms. You're going to bring both hands back to the floor. Now we're going to walk our right foot to the left side of your mat. You're welcome to use a block. You might want to put your hands on the front of your foot. Drop your right knee open. We're going to pigeon, just a different way. So drop that right knee open so the shin is across the mat. You are welcome to sit a block under that right glute. Left leg is straight, and then start to work your way forward. And you can have your hands out in front. You can have your forehead on your head, your forehead on your hands. If you have any knee issues and this is bothering your knee, you can also do a reclining pigeon, laying on your back with your figure four on your leg holding the thigh. So that's an option. One more breath here. When we're done, we're going to walk the hands towards the shins, lifting and lengthening through the upper body, pushing into that back left foot on the floor. Tuck your back toe. You're going to slowly lift yourself up, step back to plank. Shift your hips to your down dog. Pedal out your feet. Walk your dog. Notice the blood flow to the leg and the hip. And then we'll take our left leg up, three-legged dog. And then bring that foot between your hands, lowering this time your right knee to the floor, placing the top of your foot on the floor, and then walk your hands up the thighs. Make sure your hands are on your thigh, not your kneecap. And lengthen. Option to reach your right arm up, left arm up. You can have the palms together or apart. You can also bend the elbows and open the heart. One more breath. And then we bring the hands down. Walk your left foot to the right side of the mat, dropping the knee open. And you can do the same thing on this side or that I demonstrate on the other. You can put a block under your left hip, sitting on it, or a blanket. Or you can lay on your back, and then you walk your hands forward, finding your pigeon, and make adjustments to what feels good to you. One side's always going to be a little tighter. Tune into your breath. Notice the body starting to adjust to your posture. If there's some discomfort or tension, make little movements to move out of that tension and that discomfort. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And then you'll start to walk your hands up towards the shins, lengthening through the spine, pushing into the top of your right foot. And if you're sitting on a block, you're going to want to take it out, or a blanket. Sit on that left hip, pull that right leg forward, and cross it over your left thigh. And you can hug that knee. So it's very similar to what we did at the beginning, but we had that left leg straight. So you have the option of straightening the leg if this is a challenge. And you're going to hug that knee into the chest, lengthen and lift. So I'm going to give you some options. You can stay here, pressing the right hand into the floor. If you'd like to try a bind, you can bring your left arm to the outside of the knee, sliding your arm in and reaching the right arm behind your back to clasp the fingers. If you have any shoulder issues, this might not happen. And one side is tighter than the other also, so just keep in mind, find your breath. Find that ujjayi breath, that ocean-sounding breath. Contract the throat as you breathe in and out through the nose. Sounds like an ocean in the throat. If you have a bind, we're going to let it go. We're going to release and counter stretch. Bring your right elbow on the inside of your right knee. And then take your hand. You can either bend the elbow or maybe place it, reach it towards your foot. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Twist to the left. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. One more time in. And then when we let it out, we release. Place your right foot in front on the mat. Pull your left leg out from under. And we're going to just switch. So you're going to pull your right foot towards your left glute. And then bring your left foot across the right thigh. Lift and lengthen and twist. And again, you can stay here if you'd like to bind. I always have to give my arm a little assistance. And then you reach back and then bind. Optional. And don't worry if it doesn't get there. It took me a long time to get to this. And there's days that my arms don't want to go there. So each day is different. Listen to your body. We're going to slowly unbind if you have a bind. We're going to lift and we're going to counter stretch. Place the elbow on the inside, lift, lengthen, and breathe and hold this posture. You can reach your hand towards your foot. And then we're going to come back to center. Go ahead and unwrap those legs, bringing them out in front. Place the feet flat on the floor. Bring the fingertips behind you, spreading them out, pressing the palms into the floor. If you need your fingertips back and that's better for your shoulders, that's fine. You work with what works for you. Feet flat, open up that heart. Option for reverse table. So you're going to press your feet into the floor. You're going to lift your hips, look up at the ceiling, at the sky or the ceiling. Feeling that nice stretch in that chest and those shoulders. And then slowly, as you lower, slide your hips close to your heels. And then bring your feet off the floor for boat, sliding those hands forward. Relax those shoulders. Nirvasana. Now, if this is too much and you need your heels on the floor, hold on, feel free. Take a variation that feels good to you, or you might want something more challenging. Again, it's up to you. I'm going to show middle of the road, maybe a little straighten. Option to bend the knees and find those cactus arms again. It's going to engage the core a little more. Twist the upper body to the right. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, twist through the center to the left. And then back to center. Extend those legs, reach those fingertips towards the toes. Take a deep breath in, lift a little more. And then as you exhale, place your feet on the floor, lower your hips and your upper back all the way back to the floor. Nice and solid, walk your feet in close to your hands, pressing into your feet. Let's lift to a bridge, lengthening through the spine, and then slowly lower those hips all the way back down. Let's hug the right knee into the chest and straighten out the left leg. And then take your right leg and straighten it to the sky. You're welcome to hold on behind the thigh and then do a couple ankle circles. Rotate that foot. And then change direction. Circle it the other way. You can walk your hand higher up the foot, the thigh or calf if you like, and you can even hold on to your right toe. Nice little stretch. And then we're going to release that leg, hug it back into the chest, and then slowly pull your left knee in and extend your right leg to the front. Go and extend your left leg all the way up to the sky, holding behind the thigh. Rotate your ankle. Circle it around both directions. And then option to walk your hands up that calf. You can hold on to your big toe. Find your breath. Notice if one side is tighter than the other. And then you're going to release that leg. Go ahead and place the foot flat on the floor. Bend the knee on the right side, both feet flat. Walk the feet and knees together. And then bring your hands to cactus arms on the floor. Drop both knees to your right, looking to the left. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, bring those knees up and drop to the other side. Look to the right. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring those knees back to center. You're going to bend your elbows a little more and bring your hands a little closer towards your head. And then straighten out your legs. Go ahead and straighten out your legs. Walk both legs to the right side of your mat. Keep your hips where they are, but scoot a little bit of your upper body to the right as well. So you have a bit of a curve in your body, so the left side is a little stretched out, Bananasana. So you get a nice little curve here. And just let your shoulders, your arms relax. If you want to reach your arms further over your head, you can even hold on to your left wrist if it's not too much. And if you want more, you can also cross your left ankle over your right ankle. And find your breath. You want to feel that whole left side of that body, maybe up through the rib cage, hips stretching, maybe the armpit. If you're holding onto your wrist, we're going to let it go. You're going to uncross your left ankle. And then go ahead and walk your feet back to the center of your mat. Make any adjustments. Wiggle the upper back into neutral so you're nice and long. And then we're going to walk the feet to the other side of the mat, to the left. Scoot your upper body to the left so your hips are still in the middle of the mat. You can reach your arms higher up, holding onto the right wrist if you'd like. And you can even cross your right ankle over the left. And just breathe here. Feel the whole right side of that body stretching out. So you're doing a little bit of a side bend to the left, so you stretch the right. But while we're laying down, take another breath in. And then we're going to let go of the wrist, uncross the ankle. Go ahead and bring the feet back to center. And then you're going to let your upper body work its way back to center. Go ahead and bring your arms down by your waist. Turn your palms up, walk those shoulder blades away, let your feet fall open for your Shavasana. Take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more of those. This time on this inhale, reach the arms overhead, point the toes, full body stretch. And then as you exhale, pull the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. And then you can roll to either side that you'd like, coming up to a nice tall seated posture. Finding your Sukhasana, your easy seat. Lengthening through the spine. You're welcome to sit on a block or blanket. Let's reach the arms out to the side. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.